Already up on screen. This is the little guy we've got. It's a little camera module. Just a little El Cheapo Sony module. Well, not El Cheapo, actually. It's pretty nice. It seems to be capable of some pretty good autofocus, but I needed a camera for the Voron. Voron doesn't have a camera yet, so my my homepage looks unfortunately like this. There's just not really a whole lot going on in there. I'm missing a camera mostly because that it would make it a lot easier to do remote troubleshooting. So we're gonna um, I gotta find. Screw it. I'm just gonna go. Da, 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 da. Let's see if this is any good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is good modeling music. I don't know why I would have thought it wasn't. Um, song is Shiny by Floaty. The album is Voyage Out. Quickly throw them up on screen. This is the album. Quite good. I haven't listened to it in a while and it popped up in my sort of shuffle in the morning, so probably gonna get copyright struck because what? Oh. Wait, hang on. Oh, no, I am streaming. Okay. The streaming streaming thing was showing me the wrong. I think I'm streaming. It's not really clear. Yeah, okay, I'm streaming. I'm super good at this. Yeah, the goal is basically, I kind of want a pass-through on the backside to chat rate. Somebody already sent a message? No, nobody did. Okay, cool. That was briefly worrisome. So you probably should sign in just so I can try and chat through here because that would be fun. Tap yes on my phone. Pretty sure nobody sent me a chat yet. That would be surprising. Yeah, the goal is basically I want a structure that allows me to pass the cable through the backside and then pinch the mount from both sides. Now that I've said that out loud, I think it's actually going to make it really difficult to, if I'm not careful about it, it'll make it really difficult to aim. So that'll be interesting. I've seen a couple of examples already, so 79, I think cam. Yeah, here we go. So if we just do a quick search for anchor cam, yeah, this is what people usually do. It's sort of a twisty, rotaty doodad. I just don't like that, even though that's hollow, you can't like get the wires in the side. That just seems kind of wrong to me. So we're going to tweak this a little bit and come up with something I think just a tad better. That's the goal anyway. Because, you know, it'd be too easy if I just use someone else's design. Yeah. Let's start with kind of a... Ooh, just do it as a new file. This will just be the assembly holding the reference stuff, but also the reference stuff will be as virtual parts. The other stuff will be in there as real parts eventually. So how thick do I want to make this? 15 millimeters maybe? I guess I made it stand 10 millimeters off the face, so it's only 9 millimeters tall. It's a pretty thin part, so actually let's not do this yet. Hang on. Let's do a sketch in the top plane. Come over here and say, how big does this need to be to have a sort of like how big does this actually need to be? Ooh, that really does need to be 20 mils, huh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll have to make these 20 mils tall then. That's alright. I think I want to come up here first, then over, down, and back. Make that, say, 25 mils long. This one 20 mils long. Make that midpoint, get rid of the unnecessary coincident constraint there, and then throw a quick, maybe 30 mils. That's actually, I don't think I care so much about the true radius on this guy, but just the sort of height deviation. I think like 8 mils looks about right. A little less, 7. Yeah, that feels right. Quick extrude, up to 20 mil thickness. Say, yep, that looks good. Lessons in chemistry. I'm gonna write a message from my dad. Just like, I should probably respond to that. I think I want to make these both. Let's see. This is roughly the sort of blocky shape that I want, and then we'll do a quick. Make this guy. How big is the cable? The cable that I've got to work with is 4 millimeters in diameter, so this actually could be, this is half an inch really by comparison. I got 12. Then do a quick, well, no, let's do a normal, control it this way. Oops. Come on. Thank you. 10. Features, whoops. Oh, hang on, that's not right. Get back up there, you. This almost wants to be a revolve, honestly, now that I think about it, because the revolve would let me do some other early control things quickly. We'll just do it this way for now. Well, no, I should... Let's do this with a revolve, and I'll show you why I'm going to do this with a revolve, because it lets me do... revolve boss, come up here to the top plane. So... I've got some line over here, and some other sort of profile that I'm dealing with. Do this. Say I want to be 12 on the OD, like 8 on the ID. Make those coincident. Make this on that plane. This dimension. Make this 6, I suppose. Oh, one other thing. Pick a construction line beforehand, and then when you click revolve. I guess that only matters really when you're dealing with it's a bigger problem when you have lots of construction lines in there. Like so, if instead I draw another line over here and do a quick, say, revolve, it doesn't know which line to pick. But if I pick it before going in, it automatically goes, oh, that's the one you want to use, which is convenient. So we'll pick that again and do a quick revolve. Looks good. I think I need to do... Hang on, let's come back here. And instead of doing that, we're going to do... Get rid of that dimension and square this up. And then a quick hole wizard, or an M5. Do I have M5s in convenient size anymore? I might have used up a lot of my M5s, which could be, gosh. I think I need to lengthen this up a little bit, like more like 30 mils. I think that'll be fine. I would like the fastener to be closer, like over on this side, but if it's over here, then I think that's still probably okay, because there's like no loads on this, as much as I would like to clamp, you know, have a proper clamping. Let's see if I can do it with 25. And I'll just figure out what fastener I'm using later. I can just steal some off the wall at work, that's fine. Hole wizard, positions, let's just go dead center, why not, make it easy. M5, socket button head cap screw, conditions up to next, head clearance, let's do like an extra 3 millimeters. And then we'll come up here and do a quick extruded cut, make that tangent, pick these 2 points over here and say it's 7 millimeters like before. Extruded cut, nice and breezy. Oop, hang on. Instead of blind, I like to do, oh gosh, that's right, it doesn't like doing that unless you give it a full, convert all the entities and give it a proper solid profile. Yeah, now it'll let you do up to next, because previously it was just that individual line, and it doesn't like doing anything except blind or through all when it's cutting using a single line profile. Let's take a quick peek at, oh gosh, I'll have to do something later for my dad, but need to get some friends of his on my Plex. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do from this guy and this guy. Can I make a quick plane? What's it gonna do? Face. Yeah, that looks right. Come to this plane, do a quick sketch. Let's do. How do I want this to look? I think I could be lazy and I can just kind of make this a pair of arcs going out the bottom. I'll give myself a quick little minimum distance here, just clear. That tangent. Give this some sort of minimum distance here. Ooh, and crucially, I need to have a select, or whoop, I select midpoint, select that guy. Coincident. There we go. Put these 2 points on here. Try and give myself some minimum radius of clearance here. Say like 5 millimeters. Whoops. Oh, that's mod diam. I don't want diameters. I would like to measure this as a radius. Like 4. Can I make these guys concentric? Just for the giggles? I'm gonna make those 2 tangent. Oh, they are already tangent. Whoops. Let's make it a straight exit at the bottom then. Or, I don't know. Man, that was weird. Make that tangent there. Give myself a quick sort of angular control out of the bottom. 15-degree exit or something. A quick control on the length of that. Extruded cut. Flip direction, up to next. Whoops, forgot to cut into the base there. Out here, over, down, construction, horizontal, on plane, sketch. Hey, there we go. There's something half decent. Let's do a quick sketch on here. Oops, not edit sketch. Sketch on this surface. Convert. Ooh. Hang on. Extend, extend, trim, sketch. Can I just quickly sweep that cut? Swept cut on that one. Doink. Yeah, breezy. You know what? Screw it. Let's, rather than doing that silliness, convert entities, exit sketch. Yeah. Shit. Of course, it always goofs up stuff like that. Yeah. So we'll just make it complete. Link. I don't really know how I'm going to print this. It's going to be kind of screwy, I think. Unless I printed at sort of a funny angle like this, and give myself some fat chamfers on the bottom, it's going to be just extra nasty. it'll be fun, probably. It's like 2mm radius. Oh no, that won't work because... Right. Okay, hang on. This guy, these two cannot be. This one's gotta be more like 2. And they also can't really be constraining it. They just gotta be guidelines. Let's do ellipses, I guess. Partial ellipse. Here, 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 there. Same thing. There, up to there. Trim, 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 trim. Move yourself over there. Move yourself over there. Okay. Define our volume a little bit, down to like 8, or I guess up to 8. Make that tangent to that. Make that tangent to that. Make this guy tangent to this. Okay, I don't know why those are not very well controlled. Gosh. Let's do some kind of controlled distance from this. Exit 4mm over. That perpendicular, and give myself a controlled exit there. Sketch. And now the sweep is freaking out. Why is the sketch freaking out? Okay, can I add like... Oh, it's because the edge disappeared. It's more... Nope, still freaks out. Guide curves. This one, in here. Do I have to have it follow this edge instead, maybe? Huh, works just fine with that one. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna chalk that up to mathematical funkiness going on. I think I might make that 8mm wide though. Nope, that looks worse. Back to 7mm for you. Oh gosh, and now it breaks again. Come on. Make that up, make a hole again. Okay, good enough. Not gonna putz with it anymore. Yeah, that'll give me an entrance point for the wire and a pivot. And cleaned up front face. And we're just gonna print this on its side and hope for the best, I think, is what I'm gonna have to do. Deep surface. And then let's do quick chamfer. Just whack those on right there. Yeah, that probably won't print perfectly, but it'll be a good test of overhangs. So really, it needs to print kind of from on this corner to print without overhangs, and I just can't be bothered to do that, so we're not gonna. That's 14mm. I think I'd end up being like an M520, which I probably don't have, but I do definitely have M320. Maybe. Oh yeah, now I got M320s, okay. Oh gosh, M5 would just look so much better. Honestly, I kind of want to shrink that. That's really big. 6. 6. 5. This guy freaks out again. Fix it. Exit sketch. That's gonna be tight, I think, but honestly, the cable's capable of it, so I'm not really that worried. And if I'm printing on, you know what? I might print on this face and just like sort of chop it a little bit here, and that'll still give me enough meat to have a rotational support, but I won't have any of the print orientation problems. I hope. That's 0.5? Yeah, that seems like it should be enough. Up that to 5, kick it out a little. Yeah. What's this minimum dimension here? From that there to there is 5 millimeters? Yeah, that should be enough to print. So we're gonna do a quick top plane sketch cut. Oops. And also hide that annoying plane. And I'm going to, whoops, I'm sketching, right? Yeah, okay. And horizontal. And then do a quick control of this angle and say our minimum overhang is like 30. Pick that guy, make it horizontal there, or tangent there. Extruded cut, control both. There we go. Now, we print without overhangs. Easy. I might even do a little bit of cute little chamfering work on here, just because, or not chamfering, but some fillets, rounds rather. Fillets are internal, concave rather. Yeah. That looks decent. Should have enough capturing, I think, and I can just do a quick save this as in the module mount. Call this the end cap. Mirror command. Bodies to mirror. Actually, configuration mirror. Mirror. Merge solids, bodies to mirror, this one, do not merge solids, mirror face, right plane, then keep body, just that one. Cool, mirrored configs, easy breezy. Now for the hard part, where I have to actually do some thinking. And we'll hop out of the sketch, delete this one. Oops, not edit components, insert component, end cap, normal. We drag that one over here. Come on. Default. Ooh, this guy needs to be longer. Come to his extrusion, say 200. There we go. Just breeze through the mates, putting this guy in place. We'll do a right plane, advanced symmetric, whoops, hang on. Right plane is the symmetry plane. These two guys are the symmetric ones. So give that enough room, figure out what that looks like. 90 mils is probably enough. So let's say an 18 mil OD bore, because I think, or an 18 mil OD cylinder, because that'll fit entirely within that, with a little bit of stick out, just because these are, I think, 2 mil rounds. Quick save, rebuild and save, file, new, meter seconds. I'm just gonna do this with a simple, well. No, I should do it with a revolve because that gives me the opportunity to do it No, I think I want the flat on the front actually first. So we'll do this from the right plane. 18. Whoops. Come on. 18. Pop flat on the front. Cut it off. Say I want you to be 10 mils high and vertical. Oops. Not construction. And do a quick check on how far away that is from the front. 7.48. That's probably fine. I'm going to do a quick cut of the back of this guy out. Because it's got to be at least as large as the board. Choop, choop, choop. Say 3 millimeter thick front. 11. Just to give myself something to sort of fit in there. Oops, did I get that in the middle? I don't think I did. Middle. And let's leave that as is and I'll fill it later. Extruded 90 mid-plane. Now come to the end and extrude on an end cap that is oh, it's got to be obviously co-radial to that, and we'll make him 5 mils long, blind in the other direction, and an extruded cut on the end that is, I think it was 12 millimeter OD. Features, extruded cut, not through all both, but merely 8 millimeters deep. And then quickly fill at that, like maybe 5 millimeters. Right plane, mirror, features to mirror. Oops, nope. I just gotta individually pick the 3 features. Boink. Cool, okay, that's partway there. That looks gross. Don't like that. Let's come up slightly before that and make that look less shitty on the inside. Boink. Can I get away with 1 millimeter fillets? Is that gonna look not bad? No, that will look bad. No, that looks bad too. Well, maybe it doesn't look bad. I think if I do it in 2 stages, I can make it look not bad. That's, oh gosh. That's really gross. Okay, hang on, I can't do that. I gotta make that look cleaner. Is that 12 mil? Yeah, okay. So instead, we'll come back up here and say, chop all this other stuff off. Make these guys, let's see, in the right spot. Oop, no, hang on, that's not the right spot. Get back to your home. And I think we're out of music now, so I gotta go fix that. Yes, we are out of music. No, actually, it's just automatically playing Toei, which is great. But we are gonna go listen to the album C by the band A Picture of Her, because they are quite good. Why are these guys no longer defined? Oh, it's because they're not equal. They're no longer symmetric. Okay, well, they should be now, and that looks less bad, so. Connected to start face, left feature. Nope, that's way too many edges. Just these ones, please. Can I do 2 mils? I can. Oh wait, it was 6 mils deep. This should really be 6 mils. Is it less than that? Oh no, it was 8 mils before. Okay, never mind. I am almost half decent at this. Mirror. It's missing 1 feature, but now we got all the fillets, so that looks okay. I need to quickly save this as the camera container and come over to the reference assembly, because this really ought to have an appropriate name for it. Needs reference, components, camera container. Not those, not this. Say okay. Make you transparent. Yeah, alright, that looks okay. I think I want a little bit of taper in there, because otherwise, ooh, I also need to add geometry pattern? Nah, that's not gonna work. Okay, so we'll undo the fillet and then do it after the fact at like a 1.5 radius. This is just to clear the interior corner. Make sure we're good there. So now if we do a top plane cut, we now no longer interfere in there, which is good. And I'm going to quickly... Ooh, how do I want to do this? Let's add a draft. One degree, I think. And then, ooh, no, I can't do that because that is going to draft the whole freaking thing. Shoot. Oh. Okay, well I can tweak this cut extrude then. To draft degree, I guess. Display options as diameter 0.5. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. I don't hate that. It's probably gonna freak out a little bit on the fillet. Yeah, a little freak out. The edge is gone now. And then we can come back to this guy. And when we do, whoops, hang on. I guess I gotta go back to the default big. When this guy gets done up, you come right up after him and say, draft, neutral plane, this one. I say just 1 degree, I think. This now should be smaller than 12. And if we come back here, and everything's gonna break for a bit, that's fine. Top plane, that's still 0 clearance. So I want the shrinky side. Oh, that's because all the features are gone. I want the shrinky side in the form of a move face of, say, 0.1 millimeters, offset, this face. Flip the direction back and forth until we're sure that it's shrinking. Come over to the mirrored configuration, make sure these two are unsuppressed. Yep, that seems fine. End cap still broken. Why is the end cap breaking? End cap 2. Okay, that seems to have fixed it. Quickly save everything. And untransparent this guy just for a bit to make sure that everything's happy there. Yeah, that feels okay. And that almost wants to be a lot less than a millimeter, doesn't it? Although, I guess there's gonna end up being some funny interferences, so. And looking at this now, this also gets rid of my easy printing face. So maybe I come back here and do a quick convert. That. This breaks this fillet, that's fine. Oops. mirror, done, select that fillet, then delete that one. Then I keep my front, whoops. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now we have mostly almost all the way there. I want to bring this down to like only a millimeter. And tweak this one down to be maybe half a millimeter. Where is that feature? Oops, I'm gonna add rebuild and save mark. Or not display, but rebuild and save. That way whenever I save it always rebuilds them. 0.6. Come back and look at the top level. Yep, that looks okay. Now I just need the features for locating all this, which should be pretty straightforward. Oh man, that heatsink's gonna get toasty. Well, I'm just gonna not think about it too hard, I think, and just hope that it doesn't catch on fire. I think that's a valid strategy, probably, so. Yeah. How long is that section? Man, it's gonna be just like protruding right out of the bottom, huh? Breezy. Hopefully I can actually mount these things tonight. I think that'd be the most fun, but we'll see. I might have to switch to M4. I think before I go and print this, I'm going to try and switch to M4. Or see if I have long enough M4 bolts. And I think this thing is for the autofocus, actually. Like, you needed to cut a little window over the autofocus sensor. IO192A23A. IO192A23A. Autofocus module. Yeah, that's really weird. There's like these extra little these modules right here that seem to do something, but it's not really clear what their purpose is. But they do have a little hole on them, and I am driven to wonder are they important enough that I need to make sure that I don't cover them? I mean, I guess I could just print it, and if it fails, and then I just print another cover. So, fuck it. I'll just send it. Let's go open this guy again. It was 1.5 millimeters off center line. So let's come over here. Say sketch. Oops, normal, please. Thank you. 1.5 mils off center line, and let's make it like 8 millimeters. Extrude cut. Draft outward. 30. Not blind, but merely up to next is fine. How'd I get that wrong? These guys, are there right planes in different spots? They are. Coincident, symmetric about the right plane. Oh, because I centered the... I'm dumb. Yeah, okay, so I can put this in the center. You can just go on the origin and that's fine. Yeah, that looks right. And I also need, I guess, in the same spot, extruded cut, center rectangle, 9.5. We select features. Oops, not extruded boss. Extruded cut. Blind. 1 mil in. Other direction. To next, I guess. I'm gonna give it a little more room than that. Let's do like 1.5 millimeters. Yeah, that feels better. Feels a lot better. I think it's just mounting considerations now. It should be pretty straightforward. Connected to start loop, connected to end loop. 4. Let's make it chunky. Now I just have to put up some posts or some sort of mounting doodad. My goal was to sort of basically slot in from one end and then click it into place. We'll see how successful that is. I'm sort of not sure how well that's going to go, but I'm going to try it anyway, because why not? Oh, and I forgot I should draft this outward, unit 5 degrees. Or maybe more like 30 degrees. Oh, that broke. 10 degrees? Still broke. Okay, no draft for you then. Yeah. Oh, you know what I can do is I can just quickly draft from this face, pick these two to draft at 30. Because I really want to make sure that it's easy to fit the camera in there, or even 45, honestly. Like, I really, really do not want to bump the camera into those edge faces. That seems like it would suck a lot. Alright, mounting considerations. Camera's 5 mil high. I want this to sort of sit in a little, like, capture at one end. So I need, let's see, how far off the, what is this thing, 8.5 millimeters? So here to here, minus 4.25, 28.3 minus 4.25. Fitting this in my head. It's a little interesting. Oops. Let's start from this plane. No, I want to start from here. We're gonna do this. And this only needs to be like 3 millimeters thick on the backside. We can use it as our mirror point as well. And then it only has to be wide enough for the part, so like 9.2 to give ourselves a little clearance. This distance needs to be 28.3 minus 4.25, or even you can just type in the whole thing, type in your math for you, and it does it all for you. Let's say these need to be a minimum of, how wide is this? Pick those two edges and it tells you normal distance 11, so let's make this 12. And it needs to be maybe, oh gosh, I really don't want to make it that deep. It really should be, well, the ledge itself, we need to come up to the back side of this surface to the edge and then I'll put a cap over it, but I also need a little capturing point underneath. And that can't be any more than, gosh, a couple millimeters, 3 probably at the max. So I'll add an extra little, not midpoint, please. Yeah, I don't think I even really need to put that there. Just bring this guy down. And, oh, actually, I'll control it from here. Make that 2 and make this lead in 4 millimeters is fine. Features, extruded. This needs to come up 4 millimeters? How deep is that? 1.5? So this needs to come up to 4.5 millimeters. and then we'll extrude another little doodad in here. Extrude boss base up to offset from surface. From this surface, I need to be 1.1 millimeters clear. And I think I'll draft that as well. Basis to draft. 30 degrees. Yeah. And now I can do... Oh, that's going to be a pain, actually, because that long a bridge is going to be a little bit shitty to install into. So I'm going to do something more like this. And let's do this. Let's do, starting from this point, up, over, and make this kind of a really short, really short. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Oops, just blind, just up a millimeter is plenty. Whoops, said 1 millimeter. I did say 1 millimeter, right? Oh, through all. Okay, 1 millimeter. There we go. Merge result. Thank you. And we'll do a little bit of a little bit more draft silliness because I apparently can't resist it on this part. Oh, you know what? I think I want that edge a little taller. So rather than drafting, let's see if it plays nice doing this. It probably won't. Delete patch? Yeah, there we go. Such a gross way of doing that. But, oh, it's the shape I'm looking for, so. Now I need a little clip feature to rest this side down in. Oh shoot, someone was watching for a sec. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do any filleting in there because honestly it would just be kind of gross. Take a quick peek at what some 1 mil fillets look like. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Let's not do that. Let's pretend that never happens. So, the last thing to do is I need a pair of narrow edges and sort of a resting knife edge. 52.6 millimeters. So we're gonna do over here, extruded boss from, actually I'll extrude it from right here because then if I extrude it from this face and do just a really narrow little, you know, quickly control this with our origin here. I can make this face pretty narrow and grab midpoint there, this edge here, and say, what did I say that was? 52.6, 12, extruded, other direction, up to body, that one. Other direction, up to body, merge result, draft outwards, 30 degrees. Yeah. We get sort of a little cofferdam to land on, which I think will be nice. Put my fingers all over the lens of this thing, it's going terrible. Yeah, that should be almost enough. I think the last thing I need to do is quick pair of .1, make this some reasonable, I don't know, like 11, or no, that's too small, 12. And then draw a quick line to that to, can I make this symmetrical between those two? I can, easy. Pick a radius for this to make sense, make it 3, and then that, and mirror. Extruded boss. Draft this direction. Ooh, actually no. Let's do an offset up here. And draft in this direction, in direction 2, up to next. And no draft. Oh, up to body. Whoops. No, this was just blind. Yeah. So that should settle in nicely. And give me a firm enough bit to the contact part without having too much trouble. I think it'll probably even print okay, which will be a novelty. That might be a little fugly, but we can always clean that up with files after the fact, so. Come take a quick peek at the reference assembly. That's really wrong. How did I get that so wrong? Oh, I had my dimensions backwards. Let's do here to here. M for measure. Whoops. Center to center, please. Center to center. Whoop, center. Come on, centers. 32.55. So I just did like all of that in the wrong place. I mean, sort of in the wrong place. 32.55. Build. This one's suddenly. Whoop. That's all kind of janked up. How did that get so bad? Attached to a point that doesn't exist anymore? It does. Okay. Okay. Now we should actually look okay. It's not quite correctly in the slot, which means I need to extrude. Let's see. This first one up here needs to come up to like 5.5. Or just 5, I guess? 5. Yeah, there we go. That's looking okay. I'm pretty pleased with that. Now we can do a quick evaluate. For interference detection, calculate. No interferences. Let's go. That's pretty good. Yeah. Pop that off. Gonna add some chamfers, just small ones, but it seems very mandatory for Voron parts to have chamfers in all kinds of silly places. No, it's got my own flavor. You know, it doesn't quite match Voron, but it's mine, so, you know, bite me. That looks like it'll rotate just fine, and the cable will come out just fine. Yeah, I think, let's see, this guy probably rotates. So let's float the camera. Is it fixed? No, it's got mates. Okay. Suppress all those. Make that transparent so I can mate things in there. Mate. Select other. That little face in there. Select other. That face. And this one. Yeah. looks like it fits okay. And I think we're even in a good spot relative to that, that fastener hole. So, yeah, I think this is all good enough to print. If you're watching this after the fact, thank you for sticking through, how long has this been going? Just under an hour, so, yeah. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, you know, like, leave a comment. If you have something you want to learn more about, feel free to ping me, or leave a comment. Yeah. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Boink.